Hello everyone. So this video is going to be a bit different. This entire video is going to be sped up and I'm just going to voice over it. So I don't have to go through as much work. So here I'm just like doing an introduction because I am still talking, but I just muted myself and I'm voicing over. So I'm just showing you everything. Here I'm showing you that the admin TP thing that I made the last episodes is still not working, and I don't fix it this episode either. I tried to fix the quality of the video, but looks like I haven't made it good enough to where you can actually see the glowing red eyes that I made. But they are there, trust me there. So here you can see me, I'm making a new command chain, and what this is going to do is that when you press it, the nearest player is going to join a queue to become the ghost, and then when you start the game, it'll pick a random person who has joined the queue, and they will become the ghost, and everybody else will become a hunter. Yeah, so this video, it's going to be me making the start game button and the emergency end game button. So here I'm just testing to make sure it works by putting say hi at the bottom of it and then seeing if when I press it, will it say hi. It's not working at all, but as you can see, I do not care, so I just move on and continue with command blocks. Here I'm digging this further down so I have more room to add chain commands. And then I freeze here for an extended period of time for some reason. Okay, so here I'm looking around because I'm trying to find a place to teleport to the ghost, so I'm looking around the entire mansion thinking what's a good place to put the ghost so that the ghost starts there. And then I think, well, I saw this empty room here that's completely disconnected from the rest of the mansion, so I can just use this place. And this room is going to be the ghost room. So, and the ghost room is a room that only the ghost can access, and it lets the ghost teleport to each floor on the mansion, and also jump scare the hunters. As you can see right now, I'm just building up the room, adding torches and stuff. Then I'm checking to see if I can place command blocks down on the floor without it being shown on the floor below, and I can. So these are going to be the 4 pedestals. Each one has a different floor. One teleports you to the entrance of the mansion, the other one the first floor, and second floor and third floor. The reason why you see me breaking those is because I realized I put them on the wrong wall and I needed to change that. So here I go fixing it. And that's the jump scare button, which we'll get to later. So I put the command blocks down. I find the individual places. Here I'm trying to mess with the text box so that I can read the coordinates and write it down in chat at the same time, so I managed to fix that. I put in the coordinates of the entrance. I go over to the command block, TP @p tag equals ghost, so only the ghost will be able to teleport, and I teleport over at the entrance. Then I do the same thing with all the other positions, which, as you can see, the first floor and the entrance command blocks teleport you at the same place with like a 5 or 10 block difference. I don't really care if it's like in the same space, it's just, it works. So it's fine. I just put in the coordinates for the second floor, and then here I'm finding a place to put the third floor coordinates, which I decided on right here. So there's that. Put in the coordinates. So that's the ghost room right there, which the ghost will spawn in. Here I'm making the jump scare, and what the jump scare button is going to do, it's going to give all of the hunters the effect of blindness, slowness 4, or slowness 5. Nope, slowness 20. And so that's going to make it to where they can't move, and it's also going to give all the hunters the glowing effect, so that the ghost can see that the hunters, no matter where they are in the mansion. And it's also going to play the sound of an Enderman screaming just to scare them. Here I'm making a balcony because I'm worried that the window can see the command blocks, and it can a little bit, but it's barely noticeable, so it's not much of a problem. Yep, here I'm putting the play sound thing. Which, fun fact, with the command suggestions in Bedrock Edition, it just not so suggestions for the sounds you can play. So there's a reason why Java is better. Here I'm just testing to make sure that no matter how far I am away from the command block, I can still hear the sound that's getting played by it, and it does in fact work. Here I'm making it to where the ghost, when the game starts, gets teleported into the ghost room, and I'm trying to figure out how the rotation thing works, so I look up the wiki, which it isn't too difficult, to be honest. It's literally just, do you want to look 180 degrees this way or 90 degrees up? It's nothing too complicated, really. It's just two numbers, and I'm struggling with it. Because I'm thinking that it's supposed to be this whole bracket and arrow thing for rotation and stuff, when really it's simply just the 2 zeros. So I get it working anyway. So I dig this down further so I have even more space. I add the effect to the ghost so that they have invisibility, and I also give the ghost the ability of night vision. So, because the ghosts, they don't need to worry about whether it's dark, that's going to be a disadvantage the hunters have, so the ghosts have night vision. The ghosts are given a wooden sword, which is what that command block does, gives the ghost a wooden sword. The ghosts will only have a wooden sword, no other thing. Or at least I don't think there'll be one other thing. We might change it. Here I am giving hunters stone swords when they spawn in, and also a compass, because there's no lodestone compass or any other compass that would work best at the moment, because I don't know Java commands that well. I know you can do something with a lodestone compass, but I don't know how to do it, so normal compass it is. And here I tried to make it to where the hunters will spawn at the entrance, but I forgot to change which coordinate point I had copied. So instead it'll just teleport me to the ghost room, which I have not realized that yet, but I'll realize about that later, as you'll see. Here I'm making the end game button. Very simple thing. What all the endgame button is going to do is it's going to put a redstone block at the roof, because I don't want to have a super long command block chain over down there, because it'll just use up a lot of space, which I'd rather use for some other stuff. Here I get distracted, like a lot distracted. I'm looking at commands I've never seen before, because like I see all these weird things like, oh, what's JFR? And I mess around with a bunch of other stuff. Some of these are really cool, but I don't know if I'll ever use them. Here I'm getting heavily distracted on this loot command. I still have no idea what it does. But hey, it works. Yep, nope, still distracted on it. I spend a lot of time on that command, but eventually I give up on it and we realize I spend too much time on this, so let's not get distracted by it. Here I'm looking through every block that ever existed in Minecraft, which took a solid 10 seconds. Here we go. I'm no longer getting distracted, so I'm using the set block command to put a redstone block at the command chain at the roof to power it. I'm realizing that I made it one block too far, so I decided to just move the command block one block back so I wouldn't have to change the command itself. Here, I'm going through everything so that when the game ends, all the tags are removed so no one's a hunter or ghost. Nobody has any effects and nobody has anything in their inventory, and they're all teleported at the base. So here I'm just testing everything to make sure it's working. The ghost spawns in the ghost room, that works as intended. And then I found out that the end game button didn't work because I forgot to put a command block that removes the redstone block once it's done. And I also added another command block at the end of the chain to make it to where I go in adventure mode. I try to make sure that the hunter side still works, which it doesn't. I do not become a hunter for some reason, which I find out about the problem later. And I also find out that even with the set block to remove the redstone block, it's not working because for some reason the coordinate point got put one block ahead or in front of the redstone block. So I had to change the coordinates to a position that's not true. I have no idea what happened there, but it happened. So here you see me messing around with the redstone block a ton, trying to figure out how to fix it. And with the reason why the hunter thing didn't work and why I didn't become a hunter was because if you look there, it says tag exclamation point ghost, which in Bedrock Edition, what exclamation point does is that it makes it to where it chooses all of the players that don't have the tag. So I was trying to make it to where, okay, so a ghost is selected, so this is the ghost, and then everybody else, or every person that doesn't have the ghost tag, now gets the hunter tag. And that's how that was supposed to work. But exclamation point ghost does not exist in the Java edition. So instead, it thinks I'm trying to make a tag that's called exclamation point ghost, but I'm not. So here I'm thinking like, oh, I can fix it. Instead of using that, I can just have hunter Q. Oh, and here I go back thinking, oh no, it totally exists, and I'm doubting the entire internet. It's like, no, it exists. I believe in myself. Here it works because I forcefully give myself the hunter tag, and I realize that I get teleported to the ghost room, so I quickly get the coordinate point for that, and I change it so that it actually works. So now I'm looking at this, and I'm like, decide, okay, I can make a hunter Q, so for anybody not becoming the hunter, they join hunter Q. So I'm thinking, okay, that's not going to work. And what happened there is because I realized, oh, that's not going to work because that will break things. It won't work because what if somebody doesn't choose Hunter Q, but instead they choose Ghost Q, but they didn't get the position of Ghost, and there's one person that's just not in the game. Ton of complications. So then I just decide to give up and end the video there, which is why the recording stopped. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. In future episodes, I'm planning to live stream this instead. I couldn't live stream today because apparently there's this like 24-hour verification thing. It's pretty dumb. I'm sure they have a reason for it though. But that's going to be the end of this video. Everybody, have a good day.